we go. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Christ is King. And welcome to episode 216, your favorite D-list actor. Coming to you live. And I hope you can hear me because I'm not sure if it defaulted over. I can double check. Let me see if it shows anything right here. La 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 la. I guess it is working. I'm not sure. Nobody's watching. Who knows? Somebody might pop on and let me know. We are live from Phoenix, Arizona on a Saturday. It is absolutely beautiful outside. It didn't come in live yesterday, so let me break it down to you why we're going live now. My dogs are barking like crazy. So we had a major leak through one of the upstairs bathtubs, and it soaked through the subfloor into downstairs bathroom through the vent, and water just came down, and it's just like, bro, all kinds of water damage. So that's where we are today. Yesterday, I was just on one of those where, you're trying to get all the insurance stuff done. You're talking to the adjusters, you're talking to the claims people, you're talking to the people doing the work. And it's just so much that it's just like, you know what? I don't think I'm in a good spot to do my show on Friday. So I'll just push it to Saturday, make it nice and easy. And so hopefully that's what we're doing today to make it just that much simpler. So basically the guy came this morning because they check it every morning to see how the drying is going. So we have in the upstairs bathroom and the downstairs bathroom, because it's all the entire shower, bathtub's all ripped out. And the downstairs bathroom, the entire ceiling is ripped out. And we have these huge industrial fans. I think there's like 5 in each room, and they're pretty loud, but I have everything closed off, and 2 doors closed off in that one and door closed off downstairs. But it is pretty loud, and it has to go until Monday. Yeah, that's how much water leaked through it. They have, I believe, 5 straight days of 10 fans running 24/7 to dry out all the water that leaked through the tub. It was crazy. When I saw it come in, I went to the bathroom. I was like, what the hell? Because the dogs were barking, and I heard a noise. I came in the house, and I look up, and water is just coming down the vent. So that's what we're dealing with all week and this weekend. And it looks like they might not even be able to get started, depending on how everything goes through with what they're doing with construction and, of course, the insurance, until possibly Thursday. So that means we're going to have an entire week where we only have 1 bathroom in the entire house for everyone to use. Now, other than that, let's get back on track. No run this week, although the weather has been magical. We've been getting rain. It's been under 100. Somehow I managed to, my back, it goes out whenever it wants to, and usually it's during a run. But for 4 weeks straight, I got the new shoes. I've been running. Back has been absolutely phenomenal. So what do? I'm in the middle of doing straight bar curls, and my back goes up, and that was a wrap on the back. So there was no run this week. I was going to run this morning, but then they had to come in for the inspection, which kind of threw my morning off. So I was like, well, no run today, and probably no run tomorrow either, because I got early church. Otherwise, other than the my back going out and not doing the run, the other workouts were pretty good. And even yesterday's recovery workout, although I went very light, I think I went about 70% of max weight on all my movements. And at one point, my shoulders started giving me a little crap, so I just finished up with just back and abs, and that was it. Diet is G2G. That's good to go for you non-military folk. But that's where we are. So other than that, everything's good to go. Hopefully the shoulder was just being a little goofy. The back will be back on track on Monday, and we'll get rebooted on our workouts and start all over again. Out here in Phoenix, we will be having the Charlie Kirk Memorial. The funeral will be here. I believe that's tomorrow. The president will be here. The vice president will be here. It's going to be absolutely insane. If you're in the Phoenix area and you're not going to the funeral, I would stay away from the highways and any roads leading anywhere near the funeral, because it's going to be absolutely chaotic, crazy. I know tons and tons of people who are going to be going to the funeral. I can't even deal with that many crowds and that people. I will go later and give my respects after it's all said and done on my own, when there's not a huge freaking crowd. But yeah, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You are missed, Christian brother. Yeah, bro. And I'm sorry that you were assassinated by evil people. Which brings me to my next thing, guys. Remember, you don't have to go to church to pray. God is always listening. Remember that. And if you've strayed away from Jesus, Jesus is always there waiting for you. Please, please come back. Go to church. If you just get down on your knees, man, and just, talk to God. God's always listening. I probably pray anywhere from 3 to 5 times a day. Depends on how my day's going and what I need to pray about. Or sometimes, and mostly it's I just give thanks. At the end of every show, when I'm doing this, I'm just telling God, thank you for what I'm allowed to do and all my abilities and everything, and watching over me, my family, giving me guidance, leading me on this film school path. All glory goes to God. Yeah, and remember, you don't have to be at church to pray. You can read the Bible anytime you want. I read the Bible every single day. I don't read a lot each time. I usually just read a little snippet. You know what? Like right now, I'm on Acts 19. I just finished Acts 19 this morning. I started reading the we'll go back real quick. I started reading the Bible a few months ago. Actually, I'm not even sure what day it was. And I was reading the Old Testament, and I got partway into Leviticus, and I was like, hold on. I'm going to church. I'm learning about Jesus. I need to read the New Testament. So I started reading the New Testament, and now I'm on Acts. Once I finish the New Testament, I'll go back and read the Old Testament, and then once again, read the New Testament again to really try to understand, because there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. And I'm trying to learn as much as I can as I read. What else do we got up here? Anything good? We talked about the bathroom. I don't even know what that is. Otherwise, yeah, I think we're good to go, guys. I think we got all the way through. Nice, easy one. It is a Saturday, not a Friday, but it's all good. Hopefully somebody comes out and watches it. We had somebody watching live for a second, but they're all gone. It is early morning, and there's a lot of college football on, because that's what I was watching before I jumped on the show. And of course, I'm still in my Arizona State PJs matching shorts, by the way. All right, we got the first opening segment. We got one watching live. We got one like. It's whatever you're drinking. It's early in the morning, so I doubt anybody's sipping on wine. I've got water. I've already had 2 coffees, and of course, I will have one more coffee once we go shopping. But we're going shopping a little later today because the wife has to help our oldest son out with something this morning. That's why I'm up here doing the show now and not later, to make up for what I missed yesterday. All right, guys, on to the first named segment of the show, the social media segment, because we're not just here. What is up in the house? Hell yeah. Much love on this Saturday. Good to see you out here live. That's right, we're not just here mostly Fridays at 5 p.m., sometimes on Saturdays in the morning, but we're also on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TJWIMZ. You can find us over on Instagram, also at TJWIMZ. My dogs are barking again. Not my feet, my actual dogs here. The little 8 to 9 pound rats that I got. We're on Facebook and LinkedIn at TJWIMBS, as in bullshit or bullshisa. And you can find us on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, which has so much information on there for you. Just about every movie, almost every movie ever made. Every actor ever, if your name was on it credit, you are somewhere in the IMDb database. I believe there's over 12 million actors on there, and they do a ranking system every month. And sometimes you're high, sometimes you're low, but it changes every week with the voting. It goes through your social media, whatever project you're working on, how they're doing. There's so many different things to get you your rankings right now. I'm pretty sure I'm up there in the high hundreds and hundreds of thousands. As a matter of fact, my IMDb numbers for acting are down right now because, well, I haven't really done much. And my next project that I'll be working on is a capstone project, my 4th capstone project for ASU, and that is in late February. I actually got to read the script again today. I got that back into my repertoire, where I'm going to be doing that every morning, reading that script. So I got my 3rd read on the script. Black Cat in the house. Hello. Hopefully everything you guys had going on yesterday went well, and you had a smooth day. See, I held the show out just for you, my brother. 2 watching live. We've got 2 likes. For some reason, I can't put this water bottle down. There we go. But the YouTube numbers for the show are back up, thanks to you amazing guys. and we did get 1 subscriber. So we're back to 449 subscribers. So woohoo, yay, subscribers. And there is a new video up, a couple of new videos up on X. Of course, those are my breakfast videos that I do most weekday mornings. It's just a quick shout out to say, hey, what's up to everyone on Twitter. Give love to God, and that's pretty much all I do with that. I don't believe I have any new photos up, but every once in a while I'll drop some. Oh, yes, right. I did drop a new video. Miss Moon in the house. I did drop a new video with hummingbirds on my stories on Instagram and on Facebook if you haven't seen those. So those are also new. I completely forgot about those. I think I did them last week. Oh, also, if you guys aren't an X, get an X account. It's a great site. Free speech. Live on. All right, guys, we are killing this morning. That's one good thing about doing it on a Saturday is just boom, 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 your flow, you get it done, and you're out, and you guys get back to your amazing weekends. Hopefully you guys have some cool stuff planned, or maybe just lazing out, whatever. This weekend, it's with all the stuff going on, we don't have anything to do in the house, so it's all just groceries and whatnot, stuff that's real easy peasy. All right, guys, if you got something, take a sip, finish this water off. But I got my spare. I'm ready to go. What's everybody sipping on? All right, guys, TJ's Hollywood Seconds. You may have heard this before, but I'm going to tell you again. Oh, I got my Raggedy old glasses up here today. Yay, Raggedy old glasses. What's going on? What I got? Most of this comes from IMDb. Ricky, the Hitman Hatton, British boxer, passed away at 47 years. Excuse me, young. Whew. I don't know where that burp came from. Crawford beat Canelo in a huge fight, 12-rounder. Crawford is now one of the pound-for-pound greatest after beating Canelo, coming up 2 weight classes to fight him. Really good fight. Watched the whole thing, and yeah, Crawford just outboxed him the whole way through. It was on Netflix. If you got Netflix, they're getting some really good boxing matches, a couple of good undercard fights on that one as well. Robert Redford passed away at 89. The man has been in some amazing movies. You guys should watch The Sting tonight. If you haven't seen that, it'd be a great tribute to Robert Redford. Also, they're remaking Anaconda. Remember that movie? It was terrible. So I don't mind if they remake it. And Jack Black is in it, which means I probably won't be watching it. But the new trailer for the new Anaconda reboot is out. And I forget who's in it with him, because once I see Jack Black, I'm pretty much like, don't really care. NFL's playing, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. On tomorrow and Monday night, I'm really not into the season just yet. All I know is that the Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2. And that's just magical. That just makes me so happy. But my favorite sport in the absolute world, college football, going on right now. I was downstairs watching undefeated Maryland beat up on Wisconsin 14-0, close to the end of the second quarter. So I'm not sure where that game is going right now, but I'll be popping back on that on Peacock as soon as I get downstairs, checking out that Maryland-Wisconsin Big Ten matchup. Maryland undefeated right now at 3-0. Last week we had 5 top 25 colleges go down. South Florida, after going back-to-back, beating 2 ranked teams, are really losing number 5, Miami, and Miami looks so tough this year. Number 15, Tennessee, and another magical moment. Notre Dame is 0-2 at the start of the season. Nothing makes me happier in college football to see Notre Dame lose. South Carolina at number 11 lost, and Clemson at number 12, all losers last week. This week we have 3 top 25 matchups. Texas Tech, number 17 versus number 16, Utah. That started at 9. I believe Texas Tech was up 7-0 at that. Number 11, Oklahoma at number 22, Auburn, taking it on today. And number 9, Illinois versus number 19, Indiana. So that's awesome. College football this season is already absolutely amazing to see Notre Dame come out 0-2 and a lot of really, really good upsets start of the year. That's how you have a great college football season, in my personal opinion. And like I always say, guys, if you're ever out in the Phoenix area on a Sunday, you want to go to church. 2 services at my church, 9 a.m., 10:45. Tomorrow I'm going to be a little bit late to the 9 a.m. one. It's all good. I got the guys that got to come in every day. They have to evaluate all of basically the wreckage that is my 2 bathrooms, check on the water, check on the drying thing. Like I said, this going until Monday, but they still go in there and they check on everything every single day. But anyway, as I was saying, if you're out here on a Sunday, hey, 9, 10:45, you want to go to church, you want to go hang out, we can do that. We can even hang out afterwards. Would love to do that. And if you're not going to my church, find your own church. Go out there, audit a few churches, go sit in, find the church that speaks to you, the one that just makes you get the goosebumps when they're giving the sermon. That's the one for me. That's what one of the things I really like about my church is the feeling I get of the Spirit when I'm in there, which is just that's what it's all about. You're going to want to feel it when you're at church. And my church talks about topics that are current, which really also is amazing, and use the Bible to explain a lot of things, which I absolutely freaking love as I'm learning the Bible, reading it for the very first time ever. I mean, I read a few pages when I was a kid, but actually like diving in now is freaking awesome. What's on TV and what am I watching? The wife and I are waiting for all the shows to drop. The morning show just dropped on Apple TV. We started that last night, got the first episode in. Not too bad of an episode. Just basically establishing what's going on. I love that they do everything off of real events. So far, so good on that show. And then you're trying to figure out what actors are playing real life people. Like they have their own Elon Musk. They have their own if you watch it, you'll see they have their versions of those characters, but they don't call them that. They make, but you know who it is just by what's going on and what has already happened. I believe they're starting right now at 2024, before the elections and before the Olympics is where that show kicks off. So we're going to see how much they dive into what happened at the Olympics in these coming episodes. But while we're waiting for all the other shows to start, so many shows getting ready to pop off. I have rebooted the Foundation. I just finished last season. I'm going to go back and rewatch the original, which is what I like to do, is I'll watch the new season and then go back and have all my questions answered by watching the season over again. So I'll watch season 3, then I watch season 2, then I watch season 1, something like that. So and then you seem to know more about the show as the coming seasons are going to come after that. So nothing else on TV that I'm really into right now. College football, rebooting Foundation, waiting for all the new shows to start. And of course, the morning show just kicked off. Jennifer Aniston is the lead actress on that. Good show. Recommend it. It's pretty good. All right, guys, we made it to the final segment of the show. Nice and easy. We're 17 minutes in this week in film school. First, I want to start off with shout out at the same time. It's weird. All summer, didn't get any contact from anybody from any of my classes last semester because they were supposed to send me all their footage, and I was going to make a horror trailer out of their footage. I just had mine. I did my part. Never finished the trailer. Whatever. Who cares? It's no big deal. It's not like it was a paid project or anything like that. And everybody, you do your thing. But one cool thing is my buddy Logan finally reached out to me after the summer was over. He has transferred fully to ASU and is currently taking 17 credits. And we talked for about 30 minutes about things I need to look forward to going to ASU. And we're going to meet up, I believe, next week. And we're going to sit down, probably have some lunch, and he's going to talk to me more about things I need to do to get ready to go to ASU. And I just learned also, speaking to him, that my junior year will most likely be spent all at the Tempe campus as I get everything ready for my senior year. Because your senior year is your capstone year, and that whole year, all you do your senior year, which could end up sometimes being almost 18 months for some of the stuff, is your capstone project. That's all you're working on, is your final project, your final film. And I'm going to be a director, so I'm going to be directing my final film. That's my entire last year. So my junior year, I'll be at Tempe, and my senior year, I will be at Mesa at the big giant film school, the beautiful film school, making my final capstone project before I graduate. Very excited about that. Still sticking with that horror, action, comedy genre that I'm doing. Actually started writing the script in my script writing class, which I'm taking now at GCC, and I'll be having the same instructor for script writing 2 next semester, which I already have down on what I'm going to do. So let's just go ahead and jump right into screenwriting this week. Last week we did storylines. storylines, and we did what else did we do? Just basically, we just went over how to build a short story. So today I had a lot of, I always have homework. I got 4 classes. So today's homework was all of my stuff for my screenwriting class, and I did 2 character bios for my main 2 characters for my short film, and a few other things. We had to break them down, and basically you're writing basically a paragraph about each one of your your main characters. You can add 30 if you want. I just went with my 2 main characters because my other 3 characters in the show don't really have anything to say pretty much, but what they do, their actions are what is important. And log lines, that's what we worked on last week, and treatments. And then what else? We had a little bit of extra credit to if you could break down the 5 parts of a short film. Boom, 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 boom. You know, the inciting incident all the way climax. And then, of course, if you have a twist at the end and you write down what your little things were, and you get some extra credit. I turned that in this morning also and got about 4 pages of reading done. Yesterday was homework for my art of storytelling. I had a couple little things I had to do that, a lot of reading. I had to do a lot of reading yesterday, and then basically I had a quiz off of the reading, and I had a bunch of questions I had off of the reading that weren't even part of the quiz. So that was all knocked out. The day before that, I worked on all my computer stuff. I had a quiz. I got a 96 on that. Not so good on the projects I do at work at school where you're actually having to do all the stuff. The test where you just read and you answer those questions, I've been killing those. It's the practical stuff where you actually have to do the work on the computer. And thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That's much love right there, because this shit ain't easy, but it's crazy. I'm taking 12 credits. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot. My boy Logan is taking 17 credits a semester. That is absolutely insane. We'll see if I bump that up, but I don't know. Next semester, I only have 10 scheduled and then 6 for the summer, but that could change once I have this meeting with him, because he found out the hard way that there are certain classes that didn't tell him he needed at GCC. He didn't want to have to take him at certain things you want to get done before you get to the meat and potatoes of the film school. And I'm getting small parts done here. So when we have that conversation, I'll have a better idea of what I want to get done here, which could change. You know, I might even have to take an extra semester or add some extra classes this summer or one next semester. We don't know, but after I have that little meeting with him, and then I'll have a better understanding before I go in and fill out all my paperwork. I did take the online thing that shows you how to do everything, but I'm going to do it with him because he goes, even that doesn't really give you what you actually have to get done. So we'll meet for that. I'll get all that information and we'll knock that out. But on Monday, I have my Word capstone for my computer class, so we'll see how that test goes. And I did turn something in last week, and the instructor was sitting there watching me do it, but it only gave me 8% out of 100 on it. So she's supposed to be rechecking that, regrading it. Maybe I might even get another chance to do it. That was a weird one because I did everything the project said to do, and it only gave me 8%. But apparently with those, if you mess up one little thing here, then it screws up everything else that you did for when you're doing these computer program. So one little dot here or not, cross T there, and the next thing you know, you're getting a shitty grade. So hopefully I'll find out more about that Monday when I take that exam. I think I actually went to, it's Cinema 2 class, which is my Monday, Wednesday late class, which isn't really that late. I'm done by 1 p.m. We still have about 10 to 15 minutes of the movie Moonlight from 2016. I had never even heard of this film, and it's very independent. It's a guerrilla shot, independent. There's a lot of camera shake stuff that they do in certain scenes, which I like, because especially for chase scenes, because it makes it a little bit more realistic. But it does look like it does have that very independent film, and there is a really good part of an opening scene where it has a very long, extended one take, cameras following the 2 main people in the shot, and it's done very well. There's some really good camera angles too. There's some really good cinematography in there. There's a lot of great frame and framework in the shooting of this film. A lot of it's at night, so the lighting in this film is phenomenal. Whoever did the lighting in Moonlight did a great job. It's Moonlight. I mean, you can't fuck that up. So a lot of blue tint is what they're saying when they say Moonlight is when we're talking about lighting, it's blue. So that's where you get the idea, and that's actually the nickname of one of the characters, Blue, because he's blue in the moonlight. But you got to watch the film to understand more of that. Go check it out. It is an Academy Award winner, Moonlight. And we'll finish that up, and then we start the next film, which I believe is it's either Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I freaking love that film. Absolutely hilarious. One of my top 10 comedies of all time. Or we start Parasite, which is a Korean film, which won Film of the Year a couple of years ago, which is also another very, very good film. I love Korean stuff. You guys know that I love Korean shows, so I'm going to enjoy that. But I will be writing my paper for these first 5 films on Everything Everywhere All at Once. Pretty much already got my theme. I just got to start writing the paper, but I'm going to wait till I see the film one more time. I was going to watch it at the house, but it's $3.99, and I'm like, nah, I don't feel like paying for it. I'll just wait until it's at school. And then my other project was where I'm making a short, almost like a movie trailer, is going to be for the show Barbie, and I'm going to be making a Barbie 2 movie trailer. I don't know why they keep going blue. That's pretty neat. For my other first, because we have 2 huge projects in cinema, and that will be number 2. So the first one has 2 parts and the second one has 2 parts. So that will be all of my first one, and I'm very excited. I already have my script written out for my Barbie 2 idea. I just have to start filming. There's a few other things I have to get. I got to find out where to download them. So I'm not sure. I need some stuff that's already been created, and I need to find a place where you can use it, get it usable, where you're not going to get screwed over on some copyright infringements. Even though the one place I would be posting on here, I still don't want to get in trouble with YouTube or anyone else, even though it's all just, in fun. I'm not trying to make a profit off it or anything like that. We got 4 watching live. We got 4 likes, guys. Thank you so much for coming out on a Saturday morning when you could be watching college football, and I really do appreciate that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give thanks. I'll be right back. All right, guys, be safe. It's still warm out here. 90s for most people is hot, but when you live in Arizona and then you live in the desert of Vegas for the last 14 years of the 99 degrees is actually kind of a chilly day. It's almost like you got to have jeans and possibly a long sleeve, but it's going to be back and forth, hundreds, 90s, 100s, 90s, 100s, 90s, lots of rain. We're finally getting the rain in. We had, I think now 2 or 3 of the last 5 days we've had rain, so it's just magical. All right, guys, thank you again so much for coming out on a Saturday morning. Sorry I couldn't get it done yesterday, but that bathroom just had me on a level to where I don't think it would have been a very good show, because I was in a really bad place with that. Because, yeah, I'm just happy that I have homeowners insurance. I just wish my deductible were lower. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'm out. This what?